Hello again. In this video, we're going to continue to see what AppAsap has built for us to automate the app development process. So we have already seen that we had the Q&A and then the requirements, and then we had the database design and we were able to modify it. And the next thing that AppAsap did for us was that it hosted a server from AWS. It got us a dedicated server from AWS and then put on it a database that conforms with our database design. It created an API to enable us to talk to that database, and it also created an admin CMS to enable us to manage the data inside the database. So we're going to look at the admin CMS today to see, now that we have created the database structure, how can we use this hosted database and start adding data into it and getting data out of it. So if we go to the admin CMS tab, we can see here that on the left, we have all of our database tables. And once we select the table that we need, we're going to see its columns and the records in the table. The tables in the database are divided into two different categories. The base resources, which are the tables that exist in 100% of the apps that are going to be generated using AppAsap, because we're assuming that all apps have users and all apps have roles and permissions. And the apps resources, which are the tables that are created specifically for this app to serve its business logic. So for my app, for instance, since it's e-commerce, we have products, and I already added some products so we could see how it looks like. So let's see, now that I select the table, what do I get to see? I get to see the table's records. I get to edit them, delete them, do a bulk delete if I want. I get to view the columns however I want. Maybe I need the price first. Maybe I need the name first. So I get to reorganize the table to view it how I want. I could also make some fields disappear if I don't need them. One of the cool features is that, first of all, we can create a new product. So we're going to give it a product name, a product description, a price. Notice that this is an integer field, so it can only accept numbers. We could also give it tags. We could specify which category is it. See, we had a relation between products and categories in the last video. So that's why it's smart enough to know that the category table has a field called t-shirts and a field called shoes, and now it can link them together. We could potentially add an image and we could then save. So that would create a new record for us in the product table. We could also do sorting. So if we press on any column, we could sort it ascending or descending. We could also export the data as an Excel sheet if we need it for further analysis. Or we could import an Excel sheet if we already have our data. In maybe we have our products before we created the app in an Excel sheet and we want to upload that, we could also select the import option. And if we don't have the data and want to give it to someone to fill the data for us, so we could upload it, we could download a template that's an Excel sheet, give it to someone, have them fill it out, and then we could upload it and you would automatically do a bulk insert of your data. You could also do a search. If you have a lot of stuff and you only want the blue items, you could do a search and get the blue items. You could edit, you could delete, you could do pretty much anything you want. So that's the CMS. It's a content management system. It allows you to search, sort, filter, delete, edit, create any field that you want. So the database visualizer was the structure of the data. What columns do we have and what are the types of the data inside of each column? But the admin CMS is the data itself to be able to manage it. So maybe if we have a dispute in orders, we could view what orders do we have, Maybe if once the order is paid or delivered, we can say that it's delivered, um, and so on. So we can manage our content. So that's basically the admin dashboard. In the next video, we're going to take a look at the API that it has created that will enable us to have the mobile app talk to our database and access its data. And we're going to take an overview of its features as well.